Hey guys, welcome back, and we're looking at Minuet in G today. Sometimes attributed to J.S. Bach, but probably not. But anyway, it's a great piece of music anyway, and I'm going to play it first for you, and then we're going to go through it line by line and talk a little bit about the music notation. All right, so ignore the notes, the music notation for now, because it's gonna change as we go, right? So as we go back, it'll change, right? All right, I'm not going to bother with the repeat for now. All right, there we go. All right, now the music notation that I'm using is a notation that I put together for you, and you can download it for free at seddenmusic.net or at readysetpiano.com. You might already be at one of those places anyway. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go through it line by line. So it's called Minuet in G, and that means, of course, it's in the key of G major. So I would recommend, if you're not familiar, just getting yourself familiar with G major scale again, right? Both hands. I'd do it 2 octaves. All right, this is not a tutorial on G major scale, so you can work that out for yourself in Ready Set Piano or somewhere else on YouTube or whatever. G major scale. Learn it both hands, 2 octaves if you can. If not, at least contrary motion, 1 octave. That would be great. All right, get used to those kind of notes. You can even kind of just improvise around in the key of G, just playing different things. That's quite useful for you as well. All right, so we're starting off with a G chord and that D. So that's my hand position. I'm basically in a G hand position here, okay? You can think of it like that if you want to. So we're going to go, we've got a crotchet or a quarter note, which is 1 beat, and then we've got the melody going 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3. All right, so you've got the ones that are got the lines that are joining it together. They're quavers or eighth notes. They're also known as that. So you've got 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3. You could count it like that. You could just kind of play it 1. But you do have to note that first D is a little bit longer than the G, A, B, and C. Now I would just kind of think, and I do this with everything that I'm playing, is I want to try and see the patterns and shapes the best I can, all right? So that I don't have to read, I don't read D, G, A, B, C, D, G, G. I don't read that at the beginning there. I read D, go down to G, and then go up by step back up to D, right? If that makes, up the scale, okay? Da, up the scale, back to G, E, up the scale from C. And I'm going to make sure there's an F sharp because we're in the key of G. All right, so that's how I'm kind of reading that. Now, hopefully you can, maybe try and read it a little bit like that as well. Now, you might notice the first chord in the left hand is a G chord, which is no surprise because we're in the key of G. And when you see a chord in root position, which means it's the way that we think of chords first, and then we do other things to them, different inversions. We move them around. We can play. G chord is the notes G, B, and D. All right, that's how we kind of work it out. But it can be anywhere on the piano. G, B, and D. Anyway, G, B, D. All right, that's G chord. Okay. So, but we got a G chord now. If you see space, space, space in the music notation, or line, line, line in the music notation, it's going to be a root position kind of chord. So you're going to have like something like this, you know. It's going to be one of those where it's skipping. All right, so in this case it's the G chord. On the third beat we're going to change that A there to the... All right, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to use my third finger here. The music notation says 5. You could do that if you wanted to as well. F sharp. All right, let's go to the next slide. Let's see if we can do that. Let's try. There we go, beautiful. All right, we've got an A minor chord here. Same rhythm, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and, or you could count 1, 2, 3, 1 if you wanted, if that helps you. But then play, you know, 2 notes per beat, right? Here's a backwards G chord in my left hand. Da, da, da. All right, so I'm going to go that backwards G chord. I'm going to put my, I've got this G hand position here. I'm going to bring my second finger over and then come back to that G position, okay? From the beginning, so bar 5, where the A and the C is. Backwards G chord while I'm doing that. And just going to do a little quick BA there. Okay. D, octave. All right, next one. Almost the same. It doesn't have a chord here, but we've got the same melody. F sharp again. Now you've got 2 notes in the left hand to every 1 note in the right hand there. Octave there with the B. Right. That's the last bar. Let me play that whole line again for you from bar 9. All right. F sharp. Second finger over. Now just look in the left hand here, just the last 2 bars, the left hand. So if I see if I can point the right, it's about there, right? It's hard to kind of point it there. So you've got C, D, open up for the octave. So you're going to open up your hand and then you're going to bring it back in. Okay, so this is the left hand to the G and then open it up again. So it's kind of like you're here, you're opening up, coming down, opening back up. Sort of like a caterpillar kind of moving along, right? All right, that's that last 2 bars in the left hand. All right, here's the next section. It's a high B up there, high B. I'll give you that one for free. Right, now we've changed key here just for a second, all right? So we've changed key. You can see that there's a C sharp, which doesn't normally happen in a key of G, right? So it's a C sharp there. And what's happening is we're going to the key of D, I believe. Yeah, D. Just checking it wasn't B minor, which it could have been going to as well. All right, so I'm not going to talk too much about this little bit, just kind of play it and see, and you can, you know, copy me or use the notation there as well. Oh, you can see my fingering that I used there. All right, we've got a scale here. So you do the normal 1, 2, 3, and then thumb under. Bringing my third finger over here in my left hand. So that puts me in a great position, right? 4th finger there, octave in the left hand. All right, let's have a look at the next bit. Run that finger over again there. Then we're going to change our hand position quite a bit. probably the fourth finger works best on this F sharp. You could use the second finger, but if you use your fourth finger, see how it puts me nicely in place for the G chord? Right, so there's a G chord. Remember we talked about G chord in root position? This is a G chord in first inversion, where we've put this G and we've put it up the top. So that line again. Fourth finger. All right, hopefully that helps you guys. Let us know how you go with that, and I will chat with you real soon. Bye.